these past few weeks of being in the mastermind, the 1 million goal, 7 figures was like, yes, we can do it. Now our goal is actually 10x. I already have the structure of how to do it and how to achieve.
And I followed his advice, and I think it worked out because it's the first time I've done that. First day I got 11 sales right out of the webinar.
The wins underneath the wins were really satisfying for me because I think we're all in this entrepreneurial world to do good. And I was able to see one of those after the other. And that for me is really exciting. So
that little step right there, being able to do the sales manager and getting all that coaching from that, oh my gosh, saves me so much time and heartache. I can't even tell you like the stress that's come off my shoulders.
So for those who doesn't know, who is the first time here today, AIpreneurs Closing Ceremony, what is that about, right? So every month we run AIpreneurs games, and we encourage everybody to share their wins, to push their limits, to get out of their comfort zone, right? And every month we have a few wins, and then we pick the best ones, and the best ones become the finalists. And then we invite the finalists here to this closing ceremony at the end of the month or the beginning of the next month. And they share with you guys, with the community, what they have achieved and how they've done it. Because first of all, it's fantastic to celebrate you all guys. But secondly, also, it is important to show what's possible. Yes, it's important to show the other members of the community what's possible. Last month, we had Joanna. She launched her AI marketing agency in just 7 days, and everyone got just so extremely inspired by her. By the way, she's just joining us, and they're like, oh, I want to launch my agency even sooner. And then we had Edwin, and he's like, I finished everything in 5 days. So it encourages everybody to go to higher goals and be motivated, and it shows what's possible, right? This is the most important part of it. Okay, so we're all great, and glad to see you all here. Hi, Joanna. I was just giving an example of you, how you sprinted in 7 days and launched your agency and inspired the entire community. So let us know, guys, in the chat, where are you tuning from? What are you looking to get from today's session? Mark, it's very good to see you as well here. I think we met in Dreamfest. Yes? Fantastic. Mark, where are you based?
Hey everyone, I'm based in Melbourne in Australia.
Fantastic. So I believe this is your first time in the closing ceremony, right?
Yep, sure is.
Okay,
Yep.
so ready to get inspired and motivated today?
Always pumped every day, just feeding off your energy, Tatiana.
Thank you so much. Yes, and love to see you all guys here. So let me, before Tina joins, I would love to kick it off, yes? And I would love to introduce all the finalists of August. Yes, so let me introduce all the finalists of August who had the crazy wins in August. And then we're gonna kick in, and Tina will interview all of you guys. You will share with us everything that happened, right? Okay, so I will share the screen with you, and I will tell you who are the finalists of August. Let's have a look. We have 5 finalists in August, and very interesting. We have Dan Mowinski. It's his second time. And one of the good things that I love about AIpreneurs games is you can win every month. You can participate every month, right? So Dan Mowinski, he did an amazing job. He closed so many people. He took 2 speaking gigs. So we can't wait to hear more about that. Pete, you absolutely blew my mind. You had a goal to reach 30K, yes, and you overachieved it, right? You had even more. So I can't wait to hear all about that. And Alex, you were absolutely crushing it. You were like webinar after webinar after webinar. It was so good. I had so many people turn up. I sold this many people. I closed this many people. So we would love to dive into more numbers with you, Alex, and how you did that and share the webinars, because Alex has been running webinars for a long time. And we would love to hear how you do that, because a lot of other members in the community as well, they're interested. They want to run webinars. They don't know how to do that. So I think that's going to be a great, fantastic conversation today. And Thiago, congratulations. So what happened with Thiago is he worked with Azriel, and he absolutely restructured his Facebook ads, and he got a lot more leads coming from his ads into the business. We can't wait to hear about that, Thiago. And Shannon Doe signed so many clients. He increased his monthly MRR. It's absolutely insane. I love to see the stories because I can see that you guys get out of your comfort zone, push your limits, and achieve more and more and more. So without further ado, we're going to start this closing ceremony. Atina, the stage is yours now, and welcome.
Thank you so much for the intro, Tatiana. So congratulations to all the finalists. We cannot wait to hear your story. So we're going to ask you some questions. Try to share as much as you could, like from start to finish. What was your lead generation strategy look like? What did your funnel look like? If you have a funnel, just put the link to their funnel so everyone can see from start to finish what did you do to achieve that result, and also in how long. Okay, so you can introduce yourself. You can say when did you join the community, and I can say, okay, this was your process. For example, like I know some of it's second time. Peter is again with you is a second time, but the rest is all the brand new members. So we would love to hear from you about what did you do, like even like things about the mindset. When you joined the community, you couldn't even believe that you can, make so much money from AI. Like talk about your limited belief that you had when you joined. Talk about that when you see all of this, AIpreneurs game ceremony and seeing that what is possible, that it completely changed your mindset. That's the whole reason that we launched the AIpreneurs game ceremony, so everyone can see that the 4-minute smile has been broken by people every single month. The people that exactly like me, right? That's what we want to hear the story. So if that person could do that, I could do that too. So that's the whole idea of the goal. The game is that for you guys to encourage you about what's possible, right? Because especially we have a lot of the beginners in this community, and a lot of you just starting completely from the scratch, and some of you don't even have marketing or tech background. It's just completely new. And yeah, so congratulations again. And who wants to go first? Is there anyone that any of the finalists that need to leave earlier, so maybe they can go first? Otherwise, you just volunteer. Okay, Thiago.
I cannot do.
All right, I'm gonna bring you on the stage. Let me just see.
So we have Alex and Thiago also raised his hand. So Thiago maybe can go next.
Okay, that sounds good. So, all right. So Thiago, you only joined 3 weeks ago. You're already having wins. All right, let everyone know how you got. Thiago is actually very new. I was still like thinking about, I literally saw like a few weeks ago he joined a community, and Thiago actually stayed with us in a mansion in Dreamfest, and he's a chiropractor, and I was in agony, guys, after the Dreamfest, and he gave me really, really good deep tissue massage to my neck. So Thiago, for your information, I went to my therapist. We had to do needle. It was too rock, and he was like, I've never seen anything like that. That is too hard. But anyway, let's go back to the business. So Thiago, just share about your win. Thank you, Tatiana, for sharing the screen so we could see the what happened. So tell us about everything from the day one that you joined. How did you launch your? So Thiago, by the way, a bit of background. When he came to us, he said that I have these chiropractic businesses that I want to 10x, right? And then he said that I also looking at possibility of launching AI agency because like this is trend. I see people making a lot of money. And then what I recommended to him is I was like, why don't you start learning this and apply to your own business, right? And then once you apply to your business, you learn it, then you're going to say, you know what, I can go and help other chiropractors to do the same thing. That is the best method that anyone could do, especially that he has expertise in this industry. If he can learn AI, apply to his business, and then he can 10x, 20x his business, then he can go to other chiropractors, say, look what I've done, right? Do you want me to do that for you too? Then here we go. So anyway, stage is yours, Thiago.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon for someone around the world. So, as I say, my name is Thiago. So I have a chiropractic clinic in Surrey Hills, Sydney. And we have been doing Facebook ads before, but it wasn't working very well. We were getting about like between 2 to 5 leads a week. And the cost per each lead was like $36, $37. And yeah, so we went to Dreamfest together. When I found about Athena with the podcast with Morgan, I joined the free community. Then I had the call with her, and then it was quite funny. So last financial year, we made 500,000. And I told her like, look, our goal for this financial year is do 7 figures. So we're gonna do 1 million. And it's just like, oh, but what is your problem? What are you trying to do? And then I explained to her everything that I was doing. She's like, oh, you just change this, you just change this, and then you reach 1 million. You don't need me. And it's like, oh, okay. Right, like in the first call, I was just like talking to her to see how she could help, and then she's like, "Done. I've helped you." It's like, yes, but also I want to open a AI agency. I want to help another business owners as well because I know how difficult it is and all the things that we have that we pass through the business. And then yeah, after she gave me like those little advice, and I really saw, yes, done 7 figures. I was just like, why not? I need to learn for this one because it just unbelievable good. Yeah, so in August, we are on a point like we need more leads, we need more patients, we are growing our team. We are 7 practitioners now at the moment. And I've tried running ads before, it didn't work very well. The results are very slow and inconsistent. The cost per lead was very high as well. So I joined one of the Azrael calls for Facebook ads. And then it was one of those that he changed the time. So it was like 11 p.m. here. And then I told my partner, like, no, I have a call tonight. He's like, a call? 11:30? Which call is this type of call? Like Facebook ads, let me do it. And then I showed the ads to Azrael, and then he gave me a lot of like insights and ideas of how to change the ads. The call finished like 12:30, 12:40 a.m. And I was so excited, like, I can't go to bed. I need to put these in practice. I need to do these because maybe tomorrow when I wake up, I won't remember everything. So like the middle of the night, changing the ads. Basically, he showed me like just little things, little details that made our cost per lead decrease and the number of leads really increase. So we changed the audience targeting. We did what they call advantage targeting, which is let the Facebook decide your audience based on, as we are local business, based on our location. He also told me to um, optimize the lead form because we are preparing a funnel, so we're still doing lead forms. But and then he gave me some ideas of how to change the form to make more attractive for the leads to sign in, and then created like new creatives, give some tips on the ad copy as well. And I was like doing pretty much everything on that night, in the middle of the night, just the creative, the designs that I didn't do on that night because I was like, I'm tired and I'm not a good designer, so I'll do this tomorrow. And then I launched the Facebook around 8 p.m. Yeah, on a Sunday. And I wake up on a Monday, went training, come back home, up the computer, and I saw I had like 5 leads in less than 12 hours. And then with his insights, we also put a link after filling up the form for them to book online. So the 5 leads, one had already booked in the system. I was just like, wow, I was getting 5 leads in 1 week. Now I had 5 leads like in 12 hours. And one of those is already in the system. It's already like booking coming for the appointment. From this being like 2 weeks, and then from these 2 weeks, we've got 2 more leads last night as well. So we got 21 leads in total, and we did 4 conversions, which is the LTV around 7,680. Now, yes, now it's the right business, right? You fix one thing, and then the other issue come up.
The new
So what
problem.
happened, we got the leads, and then I found out, oh, our conversion is not good. Atina's conversion like 70%. I need to reach there. Our conversion like not even like 20%. So now we are using the lab to analyze all our sales conversation and improve our sales team to improve our conversion as well. So the biggest takeaway for me, I won't take too long, is the speed of implementation. So beats perfection. If we wait to be like perfect, if I waited to get like the proper funnel, landing page, or everything, or even overthought about like the ad copy, none of these would have happened. Taking messy, fast action not only gave us the real patience, it created momentum as well for our marketing moving forward and also for our team. because we provide service, and then you have all the therapists there in the clinic, and then if they don't have patients, everyone get like, oh, right? So yeah, this created momentum for us as well. So my bold move this month was in October was acting quickly, trusting the process, and proving that when you execute fast, results flow. That was it. Any questions?
Amazing.
Brilliant. Woohoo!
Thank
Well
you.
done, Thiago. That's amazing.
Thiago, with that, like a small change in the Facebook, it's gonna get you to 1 million already without doing anything else. Obviously, now you believe that. Bigger goals. What is your goal now for the next 12 months?
So after these past few weeks, I've been for about like 3 weeks in the mastermind. After this past 3 weeks, before the 1 million goal, 7 figures was like, yes, we can do it, but like back in your mind, oh, it's gonna be very difficult. Now our goal is actually 10x. So for 500 to 5 million, and I already have the structure of how to do it and how to achieve, and then just like not run against the clock, but put everything like in a paper and in action, the steps to get there. And then this is the goal, is 10x. We're gonna do
Here
5
we
million
go.
per year.
Here we go. Well done, Thiago. Absolutely well done. So, guys, that just to prove that like one small change literally can 2-3x your business, but doing nothing else. And a lot of us just overcomplicate this business. And I've seen a lot of the businesses, all we do, like for example, we go change the offer. From a very bad money bottle and mad offer to really a grand slam offer, all of a sudden the business can 2x to 5x without doing anything else. So a lot of times that you guys get to that point of making 500K a year. For us, it's very easy to 10 or 20x that 500K. And then when he came to me, I was like, my goal is 2x in 12 months. I was like, what? Like, I literally could see the holes in his business. Yeah, like you patch one hole, it's gonna get you $1 million. Like, if you patch all the holes, it's gonna make you to $5 to $10 million, right? And it's not that difficult. And sometimes it's just a small change, huge swing. That's what we need to think about. What is our low-hanging fruit? So the least amount of effort that's going to bring us the most result and most movement. That's what we need to actually learn. There's a lot of things we could do in business, but always we need to have a risk assessment and say, okay, there's like 20 things I could do for my business, but what is that one thing? That is one thing that I do is going to have a huge swing. Okay. And then you pick that thing. And a lot of that times that thing doesn't mean necessarily a change. It means like doing more or doing better of what you're already doing. Okay, so with the Thiago scenario, is doing better of what he was already doing. He didn't do anything new. There was nothing new. He just did better. By the way, he's talking about Azria. That guy is absolutely gone. King of the Facebook, Azria Rat. He's been working with billion-dollar company, one of the world's best authority that is our media buyer. This guy is behind all of the success of our members that absolutely crushing the Facebook advertising. He's like me, and sometimes I look at the business, I see the holes very quickly. It takes me like 5-10 minutes to talk to the business. See, he sees that hole in your Facebook ads without looking at it in the first 5 minutes. He literally say, show your screen. Okay. Oh, you can easily go 10x your ROI. Let me tell you, like make it so simple, and you're gonna say, oh, right, like it's not that difficult. One small change could 10x my ROI. So definitely take a leverage. Those are feeling the mastermind that you're not attending this course, take a leverage of this course, okay? So your life could change. All right, thank you again, Thiago. Absolutely amazing. And
Well done,
taking
Thiago.
actions, the wife said that it's 11:30, what are you gonna do? Like, I'm gonna go on the call. We need to fix our Facebook ads. That's
Yes.
absolutely amazing. Your work ethic and
Yeah.
pushing it. And in 3 weeks, you achieved so much, Thiago. Honestly, like absolutely well done. I'm so proud of you. And then we come back to the voting at the end. So if everyone wants to vote for Thiago, just hold your vote and we're going to do the voting at the end. All right. So
Right. And I just wanted to add as well, I was on a call with Thiago and he's like, oh, I'm actually already coaching my team how to do sales and
Yes.
coaching them on sales. And I'm like, wow, amazing. So much action taking. Well done, Thiago. Yeah.
Yes.
So no
Thank you.
procrastinations, just take action, guys. And that's sometimes is the only thing you need to do is just to take action.
and
Yes.
guys, by the way, he just the sales tool that he was mentioning to, this is what it is. So if you go to the lab, you go to the sales, you don't need to have the sales manager. So literally you can go and put the FaTime recording of your calls in here like that. And it will go and create the entire feedback. What did you do good? What did you do bad? What did you have to do different? What was the summary? So this is like an absolute gold. And the other one my favorite is this one, sales call script SOP. So because a lot of us
Mind-blowing.
like as a business owner, right? We do the sales call. We want to train the team. We have no idea. It's like, go watch my recording. And they're going to say, no, you need to give me SOP and recording. I can't just watch it. Like, okay, we have expectation. Like, I've been there myself, right? I just expect my team to go and say, watch my recording, figure it out yourself. It doesn't work like that, guys. With salespeople, you need to give them a script and SOP and process. That's why we created this tool. All you need to do is just put the recording on one of your calls in there. And that's all you need to do. Then it will create the entire SOP in script, word by word script, frame it really properly. So that's a really, really good tool. And then one hack. AIpreneur, you know, AIpreneurs have a lot of genius hacks. One genius hack. What about Athena if I don't have any good example? You know what you need to do? I'll share with you guys. Literally go find one of your competitors in the industry that they have really good sales team. Pretend you're a prospect, record that call, and put the recording of that call in here. Then you have the perfect script from your competitor and I'm gonna say, thank you so much. You guys have spent so much money to create this perfect script. No, I can literally pass it to my team. That's simple. Business doesn't have to be difficult. The more you simplify it, the more that you're gonna get result. Okay, so there's a lot of hacks that you could use. So thank you so much, Thiago, for sharing that. I'm so glad that you're actually using the tools. So guys, we're going to have a sales training as well in the mastermind, and based on the people's requests. And there was one that we covered in the bootcamp, which if you guys go to the AIpreneurs August bootcamp, there was one that we semi-covered. It was, I think it was in day 2, sales mastery, right? We did a role play with Dan. I think Dan was there when we did a role play. We went through this framework and we taught you guys about how you can use AI 100% to create a perfect script and to be able to monitor and like all improve your sales system. So this is a very, very good recording, guys. Like literally this recording by itself, like this training, 1.5 hours could completely make you from completely not knowing anything from sales to be a sales expert. This is a very, very good recording. We are going to have another masterclass about sales coming up soon as well in the community. So that's a good one. And there's another one that's a sales mastery course. The sales mastery course is specifically designed for selling the AI services. Yeah. So it's called Sales Mastery Intensive Training. It's like 3 hours. It's a bit longer, but you guys have access to all of the script. You have access to the objection handling. And we also have the sales buddy program. Sales buddy program, if you guys want to practice your pitch, feel free to touch base with Tatiana. She'll match you up with someone in the community and you guys can, you know, do the mock-up and role plays. Because once you go through the training, you're going to say, Atana, this is fantastic. I feel like I can be the best closer in the world, but you need to practice. You need to do role play. If you don't practice do role play, then unfortunately, it's never going to sync properly. So that's why we created this sales buddy program. Yeah. And this objection handling section, like what I would suggest that you always have 2 screens and one screen have this objection handling. The moment that the prospect gonna tell you what objection they have, you jump into that. Okay, very simple. So you guys can absolutely nail the sales, as Ski said. The 2 training to watch, sales buddy program, some role play. You could be the best closer in more than 4 weeks, or even less. All right, okay, so
awesome. Let's move on now to Alex. We see Alex is in the car. Alex, we hope you're not driving. Be safe.
No, I stopped.
okay,
Awesome.
All right, Alex, go through your whole story. A story of your argument with me.
I randomly ran into Athena in Las Vegas, and we talked, and I really, I mean, if you guys notice, when Athena talks and opens her mouth, it's just pretty different from what you hear others when you hear others talk. So she was very convincing. I really like what she said, and so I decided to join in February. And so, I mean, I hate selling on Zoom calls. So I was fortunate to have someone who was good. But I decided to change platforms. I was hosting my funnels on ClickFunnels Classic, and I switched to 2.0, which was a terrible idea because ClickFunnels 2.0 is a really big downgrade from ClickFunnels Classic. So I'm wasting a bit of time right now switching to go high level. But in the meantime, I still run this webinar to my entire list, almost my entire list. It was over 20,000 contacts. 320 people signed up for the webinar. About 115 showed up. Most of them stayed until the end. At least 80 of them stayed until the end. I'm surprised myself, really. So am I that interesting? But so they stayed until the end, until the offer, which was on the dot an hour later. And so I sold, you know, after the refunds, I sold 20 programs at $1,000. So it's pretty good. I know I do well with the webinar itself. I'm working on making it evergreen. I'd like to see how it goes, and then do live ones maybe 4 times a year. And then something I want to implement is that in between the webinars, throw in challenges. There's a guy in Australia actually that I heard of who's doing the tiny challenges. I don't know if you've heard of him, but so I like the concept. It's pretty much one-on-one challenge, but you can make people attend for free or for a fee. And so I think I'd like to try that in between live webinars on top of it. So I think it's a really good concept. You spend 3 to 5 days with them one-on-one with attendees, and at the end you pitch your offer. What I liked, something that Tina helped me with, I think, which is a good thing, is Tina told me right off the webinar, send them straight to a simple checkout page. And I think that paid off. And as I told you, Tina, I had a coach who's really good who told me, no, don't do that. Send them to a simple sales page. And I followed Tina's advice, and I think it worked out, because it's the first time I've done that. First day I got 11 sales right off the webinar. So yeah. So that,
I was on the call with him. I said, no, I don't know, I got advice, this and that. And I was like, no, that's shit. And you know, I'm a very direct.
Yeah.
Some of you get offended until you get used to my style. And you're going to realize, like, yeah, when she doesn't like something, she said it's shit, like, change it. And then I love when I saw that post, because that, Athena wins. And Athena's real.
Yeah.
I said,
but
it's
it's really something that I love about Athena, is that she's so 100% sure of what she says, as opposed to others who sometimes say, hey, try this, try that, see what works. Athena knows. She'll tell you, no, do this, period. And I like that, because I'm not a pro. I need the guidance, So there you go.
Absolutely. So guys, webinar is a very good way to scale a business in the one-to-many. That's you guys know that we basically wanted to come up in 3 months, guys. Our webinar funnel generated over $1 million in 3 months. And I've also been known as the queen of the webinars. Tatsina, do you mind to mute? As a queen of webinars, not just the queen of the webinar. So one thing that we could help you guys, if you want to go down the path of webinar, let's just go back here. And then we're going to go back to you again, Alex, very shortly, because we're talking about webinars. So we're just going to say, okay, I'm in the wrong community. Here we go. We go to the mastermind. So one thing, all right. If you guys want to run a webinar, just use our webinar funnel. This is our 2 Come O'Clock winner webinar funnel that you guys can import into your GHL, Go High Level, or ClickFunnels. So we build a snapshot for both. So you can basically use that, import it into your Go High Level or ClickFunnels. All you need to do, literally just copy the information and then go to the lab, go to the funnel hacker, and choose your business context, whatever it is. And then after that, you just go and paste it, and it will rewrite the whole thing for your business. Then you have the copy. You already have the snapshot that imported, so you just need to copy paste. So it's not that difficult to launch a webinar funnel, right? We're using this tool and the framework that we have. And also, if you guys need to come up with the whole presentation, we have the assets for it. So these assets for Perfect Webinar is based on the Russell Brunson's Perfect Webinar. It's over 200 pages, and you can literally go through here and just change the text. It tells you what you need to do. And you can just have the whole entire presentation based on Russell Brunson's Perfect Webinar done. Okay, so that's the second missing piece of the puzzle done. All right, what is the third piece of the puzzle? We need the script, Athena. Tell us what the script is. You know what? I develop everything around the lazy people, because I exactly know what is next. We do something for them, and I say, okay, what about next? What about next? So you have to have the entire puzzle done for beginners to be able to actually execute something. Then you go to this Perfect Webinar. Then it will go choose your business content. It will create a word script based on the Russell Brunson's Perfect Webinar that he teaches, right? Then you have the script. Of course, you have to go review it again and fine tune it, but that gives you the foundation to save you like 80-90% of the time, rather than trying to work all of this out yourself. So we are here to support you. If you guys, there's a couple of you that really having crushing in the webinar. The other one is the what is it called, Deb. Deb grew her business to six figures in 6 weeks through the webinars, and she's absolutely crushing it. She, on the top of that, I advise her to get setters and closers so they can call everyone and follow up. And that's what she's doing. That's how she's growing her business. So webinars is a good way if you guys want to pursue that way. And you have to be comfortable with, like presentation. Some of you are too shy. Even if you give you everything, you still can't present. So if you have that problem, obviously that's a public speaking problem that you can talk to Tatiana, because she's a public speaking coach. That's what she used to do before she joined AIpreneurs. So we could help you with that one too. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope everyone got the value. So Alex, are you, do you have access? Do you have the link handy to your webinar funnel so everyone can have a quick look?
I don't, because I'm driving.
Oh, yes, that's fair enough. So you can share it in the community later on if you feel comfortable, Alex. So you can share the link to your webinar and everyone can see how you run your webinar. So guys, you can even opt into his webinars and you can see what he's doing. Go watch it, because he's closing like 10 to 15 per webinar on the high ticket. That's pretty good number, to be honest. So he cracked the code. He took the advice,
Yeah,
amplify the result, and yeah.
I have to say that I really like the book by Jason Fladlin, One Too Many. I mean, it's a really very detailed script. He gives you detailed scripts on what to say on a webinar. And
Yeah.
he's the best.
We
So,
following the Russells. Obviously, Russells is very good too. I don't know, I can't compare it, but it's basically that's what I bought Russell's course, and I've learned about the perfect webinars, and the presentation I put together plus the lab is based coming from literally spending weeks of trying to really learn it myself well, crush it myself well, and then I'm like, you know what, Atana, you learn about Russell's webinar and you crush it. You got the Tucumã Club in 3 months. And such a short period of time, we wanted to come across $1 million in one webinar funnel in 3 months. It's insane. And no,
it is.
it is the time for me to go and help others, because I know how this whole thing works, right? And then we created the webinar, perfect webinar in the lab. We created the presentation for you guys, and now you can go and do that. So it is possible. You just need to be confident and, you know, believe what's possible. So absolutely well done, Alex. So what is the goal? Let us say about the 12-month goal.
Well, I mean, I feel like I've had the same goal that I haven't reached for a couple of years at least now, which would be to reach, you know, I've been saying I want to reach 100K a month, but I've been saying that for a while and it hasn't happened. I think I moved forward a little too slowly. I feel like I'm struggling to execute and finding the system to be more efficient in the way I work. I try to delegate as much as I can to others, and I do a better job at this than ever before. But yeah, I think it's really the time I take to execute on everything that's just, you know, taking up a lot of my time. And yeah, and again, you know, switching platforms, you know, for the second time within 4 months, 3 months. That's, you know, taking time as well. But yeah, I'd like to. I want to launch an English course for French speakers. That way, I can add something pretty big to my offer, which is, you know, connecting English and French speakers and let them do conversations. I think they would love that feature. That could probably help. But yeah, ideally, I'd like to reach at least 50K a month, at least. So I think, and Atina, again, I think we talked about that before, but I think I'd like to try at least to on the webinar to try to pitch an offer for lifetime access for 2K or 3K. I'm not even sure yet which one would be better, would make more sense. But I think that could help, because right now I'm pitching a $997 offer for 1 year access to my course.
Yes. The next step for you, Alex, is instead of trying to introduce a new offer, we do more of that, what you're doing, and also we get the juice out of your marketing, because currently that's what you're not doing. Okay, so you got the front funnel right, you're getting the people in the door, but you're not getting the juice out of it. How do you get the juice out of it? By upsells, but also introducing the lifetime course, and also potentially contacting everyone that attended the webinar, because that's what's going to accelerate your 10x the output, right? So this sort of thing we need to work on, because then we're going to be a small change, huge swing. That's what we're talking about before we introduce a new offer. So come to the next Q&A and we'll go through that with you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's time to 10x that. Let's do another 10x of the webinars.
I'd love to. I'd
Love
love that.
it.
There's a lot of juice in your marketing that not getting. You're losing.
Yeah.
There's so much juice. It's like when my kids eat the orange or something, it's just like literally they have 10% of the orange and they put it, Mommy, I finished. I was like, what is it finished? You literally barely ate anything. This is exactly what all of you doing. You're doing the marketing. You're getting that half of the apple eat and then you put the rest. So get the juice out of your marketing, right?
Yeah.
Ops, setters, basically lifetime access, upsell. That's how you get the juice out of it. One webinar can generate you hundreds of thousands. One webinar. So we went through our strategy during the bootcamp. If you guys haven't watched that, this is absolutely insane. You guys need to go watch this training. So
Oh yeah, that was very good.
it talks about 20x ROI webinar funnel. Guys, this is my secret sauce. If you guys want to have a step-by-step of how we have so much winning webinars and how we get the juice out of our marketing, this is basically a roadmap. So go watch this. There's like a 35 minutes training. So go watch that one. And yeah. All right. Okay, Alex. So we get back to you at the end. Everyone, if you want to vote for Alex, he absolutely crushed it, take action. And, and he's making, I think, like 10 to 15K per webinar, which is not too bad. But I reckon we could 10x that easily, to be honest. One webinar could
Yeah.
get the juice out of it. All right. We'll come back to it later.
Okay.
And we do have a question from
I think Mark as well, right?
Mark, yes. Mark, would you like to ask a question? Unmute yourself.
No, I accidentally hit the button and
that's
all.
And we have a question from another Mark. We have two Marks here. What's the best lead time to run a successful webinar from when you start running ads to running your webinar?
Yeah, I did reply that.
Yeah.
If you haven't run webinar before, you give yourself a month because you're trying to figure it out how it works, the algorithm, the cost per click. But once you've done it once, then you only advertise it for 10 to maximum 14 days. We usually do 10 days ourselves. Like 10 days before the webinar, we turn the ad back on, but we turn on the same ads. We're not changing anything. It's the same ad, we just turn it back on for the new webinar. All we do is just change the dates. So 10 days, but if you're a newbie, 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks.
Are you guys running Webinar Jam, or are you doing them in person?
We do Webinar Jam. So we use a Webinar Jam and then we turn it to the Evergreen. So we send the Evergreen reply to everyone, and that's what we do. With the Webinar Jam, you can run your webinar once. Obviously, it's going to be more than once because we have to perfect it. Usually, you have to run it like 3 times at least to perfect it. Once it's get perfect, you can actually go make it to be Evergreen, and you can run it up to 4 times a day. You don't even need to run it live. The advantage of Webinar Jam is that you can import the chat into the Webinar Jam. So when someone come and watch it, they can see the engagement. And when you answer and you're engaging with the audience, they think it's live. So it's very similar, like they wouldn't know it's not live. So what I would recommend, that people say, do we need to lie? Never ever lie in your marketing. Guys, let me teach you one of the biggest secrets about marketing, okay? There is a difference between lying and not saying too much. There is a difference, big difference between that. Sometimes in the marketing, we don't need to say everything. Don't lie, but don't say too much. For example, in your marketing message, do not say it's live or it's not live. Make it ambiguous. It's up to them to decide to, figure that out. Then you're not lying, you're not misleading, you're not doing anything. If you go and lie to people and they find out it's not live, obviously it's very bad for your branding, right? So when it comes to marketing, sometimes it's, do not say much. Sometimes you don't have to say every single details. And that's what we do. So basically, Webinar Jam is really good. You guys can, if you're a beginner, Webinar Jam has a bit of tech setup. So you can come to the calls with the, if you guys need help with the setup of Webinar Jam, because it's a little bit techy, right? It's not that easy, to be honest, to figure it out how it works. You guys need to come to the calls with the James Click. So James Click is the one that set up all of our Webinar Jam. He's expert in AI, he's expert in Go High Level automation, and also Webinar Jam. So he can help you guys about that. And you can come to my calls too, because I can share the screen and show you guys how to set it up. If you know how to set it up, it's not that complicated. If you don't know, then you have to go through the period of learning and figuring out, because there's a lot of little details that, I wish someone told me, or I wish I knew, because I didn't have any coach or anything. We just figured it out ourselves. And unfortunately, that was a bit painful to figure it out. But once you figure it out, I'm going to say, oh my gosh, that's so easy, right? So don't try to figure it out. Come to this course with us and we'll help you to launch your webinar. You could literally launch it in 1 or 2 days if you get the guidance.
And what's Evergreen?
Evergreen means that it's not live, it's recorded, but it's also have the Zoom engagement. So people think it's live, and then you can run it as many times as you want. You could run it 4 times a day if you want. So you can have a Facebook advertising and run the people to your webinar 4 times a day. They can select the time, and basically you asleep, you make money. This is such a good business model. You literally wake up in the morning, oh, 5 people just bought it overnight and I didn't even run anything. It's just so genius. You just need to really focus on it. If you want to run the webinar, just run webinar. Do not do other funnels, because then you're splitting your focus into different. We always go in one marketing strategy at the time. Always go on one. When we went on the webinar, we went all in. I was like, I'm gonna crack the code. I'm gonna figure this shit out. I'm gonna crack it and see our success. And the reason that we have success in everything we put our hands on, because I just go so deep dive into something and focus on it. I go deep dive, I focus on it, and I crack the code, and I absolutely master it before I move on to the next thing. And that's what I would recommend you guys to do. So yeah, webinars are really good. If you're confident in talking, it's a good thing. If you're not confident talking, talk to Tatiana first, because you need to improve your speaking.
Yes, we'll be happy to help you out, guys.
Tatiana actually helped me a lot, guys, with my public speaking. So I do remember last year that I was speaking in front of 10,000 people in China. We were literally, she was working with me all night, guys. We were up 4 a.m., 3 a.m. And she was like, Atana, you shit, this is not good. Like she's a very good coach. And no, this is not good. Repeat again, repeat again, repeat again. Oh my gosh. And I do record, guys, like one public speaking good, we practice it for 4 weeks. And
Yeah,
that
you really need to practice a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
it was like a 15 minutes presentation, took us weeks. But you know what the good news is? I literally now go to Dreamfest speaking in front of 800 people. No practice at all. Like that thing, Tatiana knows that 2 hours before my presentation, I was like, I don't even remember what my slide looked like, because I sent it to these guys a while ago. And I did those slides without thinking about what I'm going to talk about. 2 hours before, all I did, guys, I just reviewed my slide without thinking about what the script is. And I go there, talk like a queen. That is look like I've been practicing for weeks. So this is the advantage of once you learn a skill set, you do lots of reps, it becomes part of you. So reps, do lots of reps. Okay.
Awesome. So we move on to our next finalist. And our next finalist is Pete. Pete, welcome.
Pete.
We have Pete and Shenandoah, and we also have Dan, but Dan won't be able to join now because he's doing a speaking gig. He's booked for speaking, yes.
Nice.
Pete, welcome to the stage.
Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate that. So much to celebrate here with everybody. I love that. It's kind of what you said at the beginning of the call, you know, that we're celebrating all the wins, learning from each other, and which is really good. And it's motivational. Speaking of which, on one of these calls, Dan motivated me because he put it out there, said he was going to get a truckload of clients in 1 month, and he fed everyone, you know, had drip by drip, letting people know the updates, and then wound up doing it and wound up winning the games that month. And so I watched it last month thinking, okay, I'm not comfortable with this, but I'm just going to kind of get out of my own way and put it out there and say, I'm going to do 30K this month. And it wasn't very comfortable at all because now it's public. But it was funny. And as I mentioned in, you know, my post there, that so I actually did that and more. I crossed that. But what's interesting too is a little bit is the journey itself, that the wins underneath the wins were really satisfying for me, because I think we're all in this, you know, entrepreneurial world to do good, right? To help people, to see transformations and changes. And I was able to see one of those after the other. And that for me is really exciting. So there are 2 wins. One is, you know, surpassing my sales goals. That's the good news. The bad news is in my own mind, I come from a sales organization that I have to do the same next month again. And so I celebrated a day and I started thinking about that already. But yeah, so it's really cool. So just quickly, kind of the things that I experienced to share, like my personal sentimental wins, is that what I do is I help people, leaders, founders, executives write their legacy book. And then I turn that legacy book into a marketing machine. I like repurpose all the content, clone their voice, using a lot of tools in the lab, of course, which is why when I saw Athena, who was that, Patrick, who said like, yeah, I gotta connect with this woman. I gotta connect with this woman because she was no BS. And I saw the tools and I saw that was gonna fit in really nicely. So I didn't hesitate when it came time to joining, which was really cool. But so that was one. I got a new bestseller, and that kind of inspired me because that was accidental, because I was doing a $97 intro offer, but for one of these customers, I actually wrote out the whole book for them. So they were able to take that and publish their book within a week. And so that for me was a little bit eye-opening. And And I'd done other $97 outlines for people, and they never do anything with them. And that's a little heartbreaking because I put a lot of work into these, and they have a message, and I want it to be public, and they just never do anything. So I created a mid-tier offer saying like, okay, I'm going to do exactly what I did for this other lucky person who got her whole book written for her. And, but I can't do that again for $97 because I got to pay the lights in my building, right? And so, so that wasn't going to work. So we created, but speaking with Athena, you know, kind of a mid-tier offer. So it's, you know, half of what I normally charge. And I was able to upsell someone on the call, which is really cool because I was on the call with the 97 one, but it's a big jump to go from $97 to my upper tier, which is 15K. So at half price, 7,500, it's a lot more doable. And they're already excited looking at this outline. They already see themselves in the seat of an author. So they're already excited. So that was easy. Side note there, again, getting a tongue lashing from Athena, which are very good. I appreciate that. I had all these people who are going to my website, but not registering. But the way I've set it up is I still collect their phone numbers. And she asked me simply, have you called them? And my simple answer, not a good one, was, no, I haven't. And her simple answer, which was a good one, was like, well, you probably should. In parentheses, you dumbass. Sorry, I know this is a recorded line, but that was kind of how I felt. And I did. So one of these people came from that. He says, thank you for calling me. I haven't seen your emails. Lesson learned. Call these people up, and brought them on the call. Sold him directly, which is really cool. So yeah, and so then the stories are great, you guys, that there's one woman who crashed through the glass ceiling. She's a high-level executive in a man's world, but has been very successful, wants to share her story so other people can do the same. Another lawyer who's helping people to overcome what is this gray tsunami, because all the baby boomers are aging, and all of us who have parents in that group are going to have to take care of them. And that could be really burdensome emotionally, financially, spiritually, and everything else. And so that's a cause that I'm really behind. I have an older dad, and so I see that happening. So that's really cool. And just lastly, there was one doing this outline. People get a lot out of it, and they see their ideas on paper. And one person said to me, she started crying, and I asked her, what's wrong? She said, well, I've always thought about it, and these are ideas I've had in my head, but you found those ideas and you put them on paper, and I just can't believe I'm reading them right now. So it's really emotional at that time. So that was exciting. So if I were to kind of summarize things that I learned from this, is that make a bold statement, as you know, took a page out of Dan's playbook. And so and then be, you know, because that's good, because then you have to, there's a certain level of accountability at that point. I use AI to cut out friction, but not authenticity. So different things I do to help people get out of their own way is to brainstorm their book ideas, but they still speak their book into existence. So it's not AI writing their book, but I use it to like source, get the right sources, whether it's from TED Talks or Harvard Business Reviews, and to lend support to their argument. So that makes it very easy. And another fun fact here, I do a lot of LinkedIn outreach, and my direct messages to my warm contacts in LinkedIn, where I wasn't doing very well. I was sending out hundreds and getting basically nothing. So I created a GPT myself. It's in the mind of Dan Sullivan. You guys, if you know Dan Sullivan, he's a great old crotchety marketer who has a no BS marketing series, and he had no BS marketing for the affluent. So I created my own GPT and put what I was writing in my LinkedIn outreach in there. And he basically vomited. He's like, oh my God, what is this? There are red lines everywhere. What are you doing? You shouldn't be saying that. And gave me one instead that I started using, which was so concise and to the point and direct, that the very same night I was getting responses. That had never happened before. And one person scheduled a call that very same moment. So using AI to kind of help us get out of our own way, because I would start my thing, hello, how are you doing? I hope all is well. But if you look in your phone when you're checking your messages on LinkedIn, that's all they see at the beginning. And if everyone's doing that, they're going to have a list of messages from dozens of anonymous people saying, hello, how are you doing? Do you think they're going to open any of those? No. It's the one that says like, I bet you're trying to do this and I could do that. And they're, oh, now I'm interested, right? And so a little bit of learning there for you too. And yeah, so that's it basically. Big wins for financially. I have, I'm on a mission to repeat that next month or surpass it. But really exciting about the emotional wins there too. And that's it. That's all I could say on that.
That's amazing, Pete. You're absolutely crushing it. I still remember, Pete. It was only like a couple of weeks, 6 weeks ago. It was like, I don't know. And like Dan created that movement of getting 9 high ticket clients in like 23 days. And the whole committee was like, holy crap, like how did he get 9 clients? I know I'm not getting any, And I said, patient, patient, patient. Everyone's pace is different. And the moment that you're gonna be getting to the point that building your momentum, then you're gonna be downhill. And Pete, one thing that is very, you should be very proud of yourself is that you created the momentum in such a short period of time. Know you are the authority in what you do. All of the testimonials that you got, the collected, the peoples that you made them emotional, all of the, like such a short, if you think about it, such a short period of time, you created a brand need, you created authority, and now you're like the book guy, right? You want to write a book for your story, you go to the Pete. And that's absolutely amazing. Like that power of the branding that you created and momentum that you created, you just need to keep that going because that's what's going to make you to be downhill. But obviously now with the lead hacker too, because that's something we need to discuss, right? How are we going to monetize the lead hacker?
Oh, I didn't mention that. I got a lead hacker pilot too, which is great. So that was
Yes,
another win for this month.
that
Yeah.
one go through. Maybe Tatiana, you can share that win. So
Yeah.
did that one go through? I don't recall if
I got a pilot. Yep.
that one got through. So you sold the lead hacker. Yes, we forgot about that one. So share about
Yeah.
that one a little bit. So guys, the Pete sold the lead hacker because we've launched the lead hacker. I think it was like 3 weeks ago we had the bootcamp. Very, very new. And it's really amazing to see that a couple of you already started monetizing it and making money. So yeah, share that story, Pete.
So this was for a pilot program. Again, people want to get involved. Don't do it for free. That's another thing we hear a lot from Athena. Don't do it for free because they have no skin in the game. So kind of just landed on a $495. Get it now because it's going to go up to $1,000 next cohort. And so get on board. And so I started just going out to different groups with their realtors and saying, I have this really killer product. Who's interested? And so I was getting responses and they put me in contact with their customers who are realtors. And so this guy just basically brokered it. He was silent on the phone, but we put together this pilot program for 30 days. And after that, it's going to upsell him to either like the 5K setup or 10K setup to the 5K to 10K monthly is the plan. But he will need the automations. And if it's working, sure, he'll be happy to pay for them because he was saying he has a 30-year career in real estate. He hears all of these stories about tools and lead generations, and he's never found anything that works. So he's desperate. And if this works for him, he'll pay anything, I would imagine. So he'll be happy to do it. So
no, you
it's
need
really
to create
exciting.
continuity from it. Continuity and upsell, yeah? How you going to get the use out of this client is upsell and continuity. So you create a continuity model. You're going to say, hey, you pay $500 a month for this. However, if you want to get 10x more leads and you pay upfront for 6 months, then you get this price. You always need to create an incentive for your clients to pay upfront for 6 months. And you also give them more. If they pay upfront, you give them more of what they would did and you give them discount. So that's why you give them two options. So continuity as upsell is obviously next thing for you. I think that's pretty amazing because that one client could turn on to, a 6-figure by itself. If you get the juice
So
out.
I'm talking to the intermediaries who talk with a lot of other realtors, which is easier because then if I get that guy on board, he can bring various clients to me. So that's one thing.
For those of you that
and
are new,
with that,
this is
what's
lead
that?
hacker. Sorry, for those of you that new and you have no idea what we're talking about, the lead hacker is the new feature of the software that we added a couple of weeks ago that able to create the leads based on the people that search in search engine for particular phrases, and also able to capture your website visitors, even if they haven't opted it to anything. So you can create those campaigns, and also we have B2B. So that's what he's talking about. If you guys want to learn more about it, just book a call with Tatiana, your success manager, or Janine, whoever your success manager is, and then she will walk you through about how to set up the campaign. There's lots of training in the mastermind about it. So if you go to the mastermind classroom, there's a whole section about the lead hacker trainings that you guys can go and watch it. There's a lead hacker masterclass that we did about how to monetize lead hacker, what services you could do, the case study that we already received in the short period of time. and go through all the numbers and everything you guys need to know. And there's a FAQ as well. Guys, next time you have a question, just go to the FAQ first, because there's a training and material about basically all of your questions. This come from our support. These all came from your question. We turn it to your FAQ. All right, it's back to you, Pete.
I guess I could have done that too, but I just asked Paul, who's on the call here, picked his brain a little bit. So thank you for that, Paul. It helped before going into this thing.
The
A
power
wrap
of
up on my end.
community.
You know what's funny? What's that? Yeah.
Power of
One a
community.
wrap up on my end is just to say that, you know, you hear these things happening like we see on Instagram and TikTok, all these, you know, overnight successes or multimillionaire kids on rented Lambos. And that's not reality. It takes a long time. It's really difficult. But what I did find, and I think Athena just mentioned a while ago, is that keep waiting for a couple wins, but they quickly, you could build on top of them, because now I landed a CDO, Chief Data Officer, and he got a bestseller. So now I can put that in my emails, you know, talk about that in my conversations. So that helped open the door to another person. So now I have 2 new testimonials to leverage. And so that's how in my mind, how it can work too. Like you get that 1 testimonial, which turns into 2 turns into 4. Suddenly you have a half a dozen testimonials and a lot more credibility. So I kind of feel like I'm getting at that stage, but like I said, it was just a historic month for me. You know, I'm pretty shocked myself still, and hoping to do the same next month. So fingers crossed, you've heard it here first.
So Pete, that's a banned word. Hope and finger cross is a band. We're not relying on hope and finger cross, okay? We will make our own destiny, and we will do whatever it takes. Because the moment we're gonna say hope, that means part of us gonna feel like, okay, well, if it doesn't happen, that's okay, right? So you don't do the hope, you aim for a goal and you achieve the goal. And with the lead tracker that you have, Pete, you can monetize a lot of your existing clients. Just come back to them, have a chat, have a catch up. Hey, just want to have a catch up to see if you need any help to monetize your book, right? You get them on the call, then you show them what you can do for them next. You basically create a new problem for them, because now they have a book and message. Now they have to go share that message, right? So you create a new problem for them, and you have a solution for the new problem now with the lead tracker. So absolutely go crushing it. Focus on the low-hanging fruit. Small effort, huge swing. Okay. Well done.
Okay, I'm going to include the GPT in here if anyone wants it, from Dan Kennedy. Just so you could use
That's very generous.
Yeah.
That's amazing. If you can share that, that will be, everyone would appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do. Okay.
Thank you, Pete. You're
Thank you.
awesome. Keep crushing it.
So everyone, if you want to vote for Pete, please hang around. The voting is coming very, very soon. All right, who is next? Lucky last.
Lucky last is Shannon Doa. Shannon Doa, welcome to the stage. Shannon Doa just joined us, I think a month ago. Yeah, just when the bootcamp started, and yeah, he just got the lab first, and then he went all into the mastermind as well. And we had a lot of amazing conversations with Shannon Doe. Shannon Doe is one of those people who is also an action taker, taking action every single day. Super amazing. So would love to share the win from Shannon Doe. Shannon Doe added 4,300 emerald to the business. But I know, Shannon Doe, there's been going on a lot more than that. You were helping with a lot of clients on calls, you were closing, you were showing lead hackers. So tell us about your month, what you've been doing, and what were your major wins and breakthroughs in August?
So yeah, okay. Joined like the day before the boot camp, and then just had my mind blown. So immediately started emailing people in my contact list, and then texting the people that I'd recently been talking with and having coffee with, and having conversations over coffee, and just, you know, sharing value and talking a lot about what I am starting to do and generating interest from that. And then, you know, booked a couple of calls that led to some pitches that so one part of taking massive action is sometimes you mess up and you don't get it. But I got a really great transcript out of it that I put into the sales coach and manager. So I saw all the areas where I was like, okay, I definitely dropped the ball there. I didn't manage it here. And now I have an SOP on how to improve it for the next time, which has been fantastic. That little step right there, being able to do the sales manager and getting all that coaching from that, oh my gosh, saves me so much time and heartache. I can't even tell you, like, the stress that's come off my shoulders. So after that, I've been working with some clients and then setting up calls and meetings. And during some of these calls, I'll just start giving them little pieces of advice, like this is what I would do, this is what I would do. And I managed to upsell one of my clients, who's an SEO client, on better targeting because of Lead Hacker. So that was, like an extra $800 a month right there. And then while we were going over the Lead Hacker training, I messaged one of my other clients and said that I would run his ads and use Lead Hacker. I didn't tell him I was using Lead Hacker, but that I would run his ads, very low CPC, and essentially like the retargeting strategy, a $5,000 one-time setup, and then $3,500 a month to run the ads and maintain the funnel. To which he said yes to that. So that's the 4,300 right there that I added to my my monthly recurring, plus the $5,000 installation activation fee. So yeah, it's been a pretty good few weeks. And
Awesome.
I just keep
my gosh,
I just keep following Tatiana's advice that 70% of my day needs to be about generating leads. So I've been resurrecting my LinkedIn profile because I just ignored it for years. I have like 6 years of happy birthdays that I never responded to and never opened. And so I started going through them and just responding, hey, thank you, I appreciate that. And then instead of just saying hi, hello, I asked them a question about themselves or their business, like how do they get into that? What do they like the most about it? What's interesting about that? What have they done recently? And just sparking new conversations. And that's been leading to better conversations that now I'm starting to get like warmer leads. I've been on Reddit almost nonstop, and not pitching people, just lending a little bit of value, answering questions, giving advice, and then people will DM me. And in the DMs, I start asking them questions to feel them out, qualify them, essentially like the same questions that Atana asked me in my first call. And I booked a couple of calls from that, one of which is tomorrow, and he's a home sales for DR Horton down in Florida, and his wife is a real estate agent. And so I asked him, what's your commission on these? He's like 1.5%. But if my wife is the sales agent on the house, then it's like 4.5%, something around there. So I broke down the numbers real quick, and he said, yeah, that sounds about right. And so it was pretty easy to book a call from that, especially when I said, I could increase the number of leads that you guys are getting, so you're not just relying on other real estate agents to bring you leads. They love that. And then people that I haven't heard from in months because some conversations dropped off in email, they've started coming around. So now I'm telling them things. Hey, I have a new pilot program that I'm running. I would love to share it with you. Let's talk. And I've started booking some appointments from that as well. So it's just been imperfect action, but a lot of action.
What a journey. Like in a couple of weeks. I still remember when we chatted a couple of weeks ago, right? There was a lot
I was in a bad place.
There was a lot of people that we didn't know he crushed the sell. He just do have a consistent, persistent lead coming through. He pitched. And mentioned about that, do you follow my framework about the sell? So guys, this is one thing we did and during the bootcamp that you guys can refer back to the training and the script. So if you go to the recording of the day 2, which is sales mastery, there was a practice that we did, me and Dan. I think we did a role play.
It was Chris.
Yeah. Chris, yeah. We did a role play, and that role play is basically created a amazing script that I think is in the PowerPoint somewhere, the link to that role play, because then it created a script and framework that you guys can apply to your business. I don't know, it's somewhere. It's 33, I think it's somewhere in here. Fathom, we went through all of that. Yeah, anyway, the link is somewhere there. But yeah, we basically went through how did we do the role play. Here we go. This is a script. Okay, so this is based on my framework. This is based on my sales goal. And guys, you know what? I'm all about simplicity. I don't like perfect action. And we sell high ticket, 20K plus, and sometimes 120K offer on just a Google Doc. And that should be your breakthrough. Because a lot of people say, oh, you want to do high ticket, you need to have a fancy pitch deck. No one care about the fancy pitch deck, guys. Just a Google Doc. Literally be authentic. Just all you need to do, create a Google Doc, give a name of your customer and say, I'm here to help you. Right? It's very, very simple. Like put the name, let's say Mark. And you're going to say, where are you now? Where do you want to be? What is the constraint in the business? How can we help? Right? And then you provide guarantee, worst case, best case. This is how you sell. You literally go, start making notes, share your screen, and put exactly the answers there, and then go through the constraint and break down the constraint, and then go through how we can help them. So you can start pitching it as early as 20 minutes into the call. It wouldn't take more than 20, 30 minutes to go through the time that you're ready to pitch. You can sell 20K plus offers on this framework. Proven model, 70% close rate. Because people don't care about pitch deck, they care about you being genuinely here to help them and how you can help them. And you create an irresistible offer. Like irresistible offer that gonna say, oh my gosh, this is so good. Irresistible offer that comes with what? There are 4 elements to it. Urgency, scarcity, bonuses, and guarantee. Okay, if your offer have all the 4 elements, I can guarantee you guys, you all can go crush it in the high ticket. So the full training of that is inside the bootcamp. So going back to here, if you guys go to the bootcamp, we're talking about offers here on day 1. The first element of day 1 of the bootcamp, we talk about how to create irresistible offers. And the other thing is that I'm happy also to help you. You don't need to, if you want me to put together a killing irresistible offer for you guys or for your clients or money model, just go to the community and then do the money model and just put exactly what do you want me to do, whether it's for yourself or your client, and I will go and create a killing money model for you guys. That's what's going to create like the, $100 million money model. Enjoy. And look at the dance comment. If anyone's looking for P Gold, look at Athena's doc above on the offer she put together. You want to make money in the business, learn from her. So this thing for yourself, if you're gonna go provide these services to the gym owners and you come and present this high-level money model to them, how you can 20x their business, that's how they're gonna build the trust. You can do it on a Google Doc. This is how you close a high ticket. Yeah. So I hope everyone get the lesson from here. Obviously with Shannon, that's an example. Imperfect action, being simple, trying to generate the leads, try to sell yourself. Spend 70% of your day, every single day, guys, need to be spent on selling. And it's not perfect at the beginning. You're gonna be suck. It's absolutely sucks at the beginning, but you just get better. And then you're gonna realize, you know what? I'll genuinely and put the focus on the client. It's not about you, it's about them. If they're genuinely gonna see that you can help them, they're gonna put their hands in the pocket and pay you.
Yeah, you're selling them the dream result. Yeah. Get them excited. Show them that it's possible, how they can achieve that. Yeah. That's all they care about.
Yeah. Like today, my SEO client, we were talking about some big projects that they have. And he asked me a question about this conundrum he was having with, do I send them this type of file, which is a very large file size, but it never loses its quality, or do I sell them this file size, which is smaller, but every time they upload it, it loses quality? And I said, this is what you do. This is the big package with the big files. And then here's the small package with the small files. You price this one premium, this one $1,000 less. And that's it. And to watch his eyes light up that I just added money to his business in just a couple of minutes, that was worth its weight in gold.
Yeah.
Picking up money models and helping my clients during meetings has completely changed the direction of our conversations.
Yeah, exactly. And then they can see, like Thiago mentioned that he talked to me within 10 minutes. I said, there's 5 holes in your business, this and this and that. You don't need me. It's as simple. And they're going to say, oh my gosh. And then Thiago, how do I join? I want to be with you. I don't know, like, this is insane. The guys, this is as simple as that. You just, if anyone haven't got that book, please go do yourself a favor. We do provide a link for free. Maybe Tatsina provide a link again so you can claim the free book. So I purchased 1,000 books from Hormozi to donate. Okay, because I want to support his mission. And the good thing, they'll have a good news and bad news about the book. Okay. So I'll tell you guys the bad news first. The bad news is it's very overwhelming. Like every single page, there's so much information that you're gonna say, oh my gosh, like I don't even know how to apply to my business anymore because it's too overwhelming. What is the good news though? You guys have me and you have the lab, because we're gonna clone this book and put it into the lab as a money model chatbot so you can actually get it. Number two is that you come to the community and get me to help you. If you want to create a money model specific for your business or client and you're not quite sure, just come and ask, tag my name. I tell you, like I think that's what I need to do. Is it the right thing to do? Because I'm so obsessed with it. The money model for me is not new. Like at least 70% of the information in this book we already been applying to our business. It's just like, and it's nice to have everything plus that 30%. And I already read this twice, so I'm obsessed, right? When I got the book, I basically woke up at 2 a.m. from excitement. And I think I only had 2-3 hours of sleep on that night because I went to bed late. And that's it. So you just come and say, hey, I want to do money model. And then, but the advantage is if you go read the book first, and then you come ask the question. When I try to explain to you, and the feature, we're going to go really deep dive into the money model. I'm just going to spend literally 1 day money model, bring everyone on there. Let's create the killing money models. And when I talk about it and say, oh, for example, you need to do the decay offer, you need to do this and that, then it's going to make sense to you. Oh, it's utterly right. So you think that's going to suit the client. But if you haven't read the book yet, everything looks a bit new when I talk about it. So read the book. That's the bad news. You feel overwhelmed. The good news is that don't worry about it. You come to the community, and then as you practice more, as we talk about it more, as we do more master classes about it, then it just sink better and better and better, right? And within the 12 months, you can't even recognize yourself. You're gonna be a badass on writing money bottles for the businesses. That's what they're gonna say. Shut up, take my money, because there are not many people expert in this area. I would say not any, to be honest. Who go read the books and start applying to the businesses? Not many people. Most of the people read the books, they don't even remember a day after what they read about. And then we did this master class as well about the money model. That was a very, very good foundation. Definitely go, this is a free book, and this was the master class, money model master class. So if you guys haven't watched it, definitely go watch it. And there are more master classes coming. They are planning to do 1 master class a month for the money model and bring you guys on board, coach you, and absolutely master it. And the other thing is that we also provided you guys have access to all of Hormoz's book launch, including all of his text, emails, strategies. So this is like 100% of how Alex Hormozi did his book launch. So I paid $24,000 to have access to this information, and I'm charitably sharing with the community of Mastermind. So you guys can go and access the content, definitely try taking advantage of it. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Atina. Thank you, Shannon. We're so excited for you. So what is your next goal? Tell us about your next goal.
Your goal in 12 months, Canada.
What's that?
Goal in the next
my goal
12 months.
In the next 12 months, 250K.
250K. Well, that's very small, but that's okay.
Yeah. you keep telling me that.
I
might have to raise it to 500.
His original goal was like, what? I just survive. I know his 250 for him is a lot. I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot say even like that. 250 is a small.
My original was 30.
It was 30.
It was 30.
It's not bad. It's not bad. From 30 to 250 is a good shift of mindset. So
yeah.
I keep lifting it up. And Shannon, what I can tell you, I know that you read the book. Just get obsessed with it, practice it, and then try to use our helper master classes too. Every single business you go and create a killing money model for them. And I can tell you that you can make $500 to $1 million, because there's so many businesses here. They apply a good money model. The majority of them on a bad money model. They absolutely don't know what they're doing. They just have a business. They don't know what they're doing. You could literally go 10 to 20 extra businesses, and then I can tell you how much they're happy to prepare to pay you. So it's just a limited belief, and just believe in yourself of being 1% better than yesterday. And in 12 months, you are 365% more knowledgeable, more expert than you were 12 months ago. And you're going to say, I don't even recognize myself. How much someone can grow and become an expert in the area is such a short period of time. But it's not such a short period of time. It's the compounding. Over and over, you repeat something over and over, it compounds. That's what most entrepreneurs don't do. They get the momentum for a week, for a month, they give up. If you keep the momentum going and continuously compound on your knowledge and expertise, then that's how you become really, really good after 1 or 2 years. So that's a power. How I got very good because of compounding. I just continuously educate myself And because I do that every day, single day, it just compound over time. And that's basically the secret. So well done. I can see you in 12 months. I cannot wait to bring you on board in 12 months to see what you could achieve. And then we're gonna refer back to this recording. So Tatiana, we need to do a 12-month ceremony and bring all of the AIpreneurs game winners and finalists. And
That's a great idea. I love it.
All
All
right.
right, thank you so much. And we have the last person. He's not here today because he's very busy with speaking gigs. I think he was booked like for 2 or 3 speaking gigs at the same time, all talking about AI, and he's having so much fun with that. But this is Dan, and Dan was the winner of AIpreneurs games last month. Yeah. So we had a lot of fun with Dan. He got himself accountable. He's like, I'm going to make this much money. He became a huge inspiration for a lot of members in the community. Some of his wins this month, last month in August, was the biggest one, I think, for him was that he closed the lead haircut client in real estate. So basically, he didn't charge upfront, but they agreed that he will get 3% of any of the deals that the real estate closes. I think this is an interesting model to work with. Adina would love to hear your thoughts about that. And yeah, and all other big wins for him is basically all the speaking events that he where he speaks, he shares his knowledge, and obviously we would be very, very thrilled to see how many leads is going to come out of those speaking gigs as well, and how many more new clients too. Yeah, Adina, do you have anything to add about Dan?
Yes, I actually love that you brought it up because revenue sharing, guys, it's good and bad. Okay, there's not like a one answer. You have to do the revenue sharing with the right business because you could generate those amazing high intent buyers for them, but they don't have a sales team. They don't know how to close it. So it could be actually very against you if you don't know who you're working with. So it's a matter of writing an ask question from the business. Do you have a sales team? Okay, I have a sales team. How long have you had your sales team for? For a year. What is the close rate of your sales team? This much. How many setters do you have? What is the close rate of the setters? Once you have a number, and they need to prove you the numbers. Don't just trust what they're saying. Then you're going to trust because the success of a lead hacker would come when you have a sales team, when you have a marketing that's going to monetize it. There's no point if you're not going to monetize that, right? So that's why you have to be careful with that. So you could make so much money out of it, or you could basically make zero money and just waste your time. So that comes to any partnership. So I would suggest that before you guys do put yourself into any partnership and come and discuss it with me. Say, Atana, this is a deal. What do I do? Because we make sure that you can close the right deal to save you guys from, getting burnt. I got burnt myself in the past with partnerships, and I took my lesson, And all right. So I think we'll clarify a little bit more.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I think it's time for us to vote now and find out who is the winner. Yes? Are you guys ready to vote? So we're voting very simply. So I will pop the names of all the finalists in the chat. And you just guys type the name of whoever you want to vote for in the chat. Let us know who you're voting for. And then we'll just count and see who's the winner. As easy as that. So we've got 5 finalists today. Just to remind you, number 4, Thiago, was speaking the first one. Thiago got lots of leads from Facebook ads. Then we had Alex Pelletier. He was crushing it with webinars. And then we had Pete. Pete overachieved his goal. He had 30K. He made 38K with his
Sorry
Yeah.
for the interruption. What about if we bring all the finalists here so people can remember by face? So let's
Yes.
I think that
How
help
do we do that?
everyone. So I'm gonna pin everyone and bring them.
Yeah, sounds good.
So Alex has left, right? Alex is left. So Gary, Alex was the guy that he was in the car.
I'm still here.
Oh, Alex, okay, I'm gonna bring you because people usually remember by face, not by the name. So now you guys remember, you can see everyone's name and you can see in the chat, okay? So we give you a couple of minutes before we start voting. I kick off the voting myself usually, and Tatiana close the voting. All right. So I kick it off, and then you guys do in between. And once everyone's done, Tatiana will finish it off.
Okay, guys. So the results are Thiago 4 votes, Pete 6 votes, Shannon 3 votes, Alex 1 vote. So the winner is Pete. Congratulations, Pete.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Pete.
All
Amazing.
right, thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
You're absolutely well deserved, Pete. Absolutely well deserved. You're crushing it. So absolutely well deserved. All of you crushing it, guys. That's a good news, guys. You can be finalists again next month. Okay, this has to be your 4 minutes more goal now. It's like, oh, I'm gonna crush you, Pete, next month. I will show everyone what's possible. So go for the next month, guys. You can set the goals now. We have 25 days. Go absolutely crush it. You all can come back here. Pete was here, the finalist last month. He didn't win it, and he said that I'm gonna win next month. Here you go. So that happened, right?
Fantastic. And yeah, Pete, it seems like that accountability thing really worked for you. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing you, your new post and what you keep accountable yourself to this month. That would be awesome.
So guys, the prize, what is the prize? So it's $1,000 cash prize that I'm gonna transfer to you today. And also you get the opportunity to get interviewed in my podcast. That means the branding is gonna share across the our emails, all of our socials, free community. So it's a branding. And number 3 is a surprise gift. The surprise gift is some of you probably figure out what the surprise gift so far, because there's a common thing between all the winners. And I don't know if you guys could figure it out. We still don't say what it is, but there's something common between all the winners that you guys see every month. We get a winner, and oh, I can see something happening, right? So we let you to figure that thing out. If you figure it out, don't say anyone in the community. So guys, absolutely congratulations again to all the finalists. You all are amazing, and we cannot wait to see how we grow together in the next 12 months. It's just the beginning. So 2 announcements actually we have. Number 1, Janine. So Janine, if you don't mind to unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Announcement about Janine, guys. So Janine officially joined our team full time. So that means she's going to be also one of the success manager. So you guys know about Janine. Like she worked for me for 6 months, and then she did her own thing, and then she came back to me in Gold Coast. She said, Atana, no, you know what? I'm all in. I'm just gonna help so many people. I'm gonna change love. I'm all in for your mission. And so she's one of our new success manager now. So a lot of you guys are joining new. She's going to be a success manager. She's absolutely phenomenal. She's got so much experience in marketing, in podcasts, in the lab, lead hackers. She used all the tools. She's absolutely amazing. So she become one of our success manager. And that's the first news. What is the second news? So guys, what I was thinking, I was actually discussing with the girls. I'm like, like these people need to have a little bit more authority, right? Especially you're a bit brand new beginner, you don't have any testimonial. And I'm like, what about if they use the power of our branding and they're going to say, I got trained under AIpreneurs framework and tools, which is a 20x formula. And then when you guys can go provide that services because of the power of our branding, then people are going to trust more. They can say, you want to have the 20x formula and money model implemented with AI? I've got trained under Atana. We use the tools and we use everything. So we're going to launch certificates, AI advertising agency certificates, right? So you guys are going to get certified. That's it. Amazing for you.
Wow, that's a big news.
That's a very big news. Like the certificate's about to come, so you guys can use that certificate to build a bit more authority. And that's a good news. There's a bad news though. The certificate's not going to be given as easy as just everyone. You guys need to achieve and earn it. Okay. So we're gonna share the details of how you guys can achieve the certificate. There's no charge on it. It's completely free. It's going to create an extra incentive for you guys to win. Okay. It's more about your actions. As long as you take action, as long as you do the outreach, as long as you push yourself, you're gonna earn that certificate. So we cannot wait to launch it. So me and the girls are gonna go through all the details, and in the next 1 or 2 weeks, we're going to announce all the details of that and how you guys can earn the certificate. Some of you can already earn a certificate because you achieve that criteria. So you can basically be applied straight away. Some of you that are new, it might take you a month, 2 months, or 3 months to get a certificate. But yeah, I believe that's the next journey for AIpreneurs to get certified properly and use the power of our branding, because like you guys have access to the best technologies in the world and best framework and best training. So why not and go share it with the world and use it for your own branding. So
yes. And I just also wanted to add, Asana, is that we had such a blast in Gold Coast and Dreamfest because we were all in person, seeing each other, having those amazing conversations. And I wanted to let you know that we are having the mastermind in Fiji in December. And please, please be there. Do yourself a favor, because hanging for 3 days with Atina is the best gift that you could give to yourself. There's so much to discuss. There's so many breakthroughs that are going to happen there. So make sure you guys, if you're in the mastermind, you RSVP your Fiji mastermind ticket. You all guys have a free ticket. You just need to book your flights, and we will see you there. We will see you in the mastermind in Fiji.
Yes, and you guys can bring a +1 too. So you can bring a +1. This is a video to the mastermind, so that's a little bit of the our promotional video about what's going to happen in Fiji. I'll just pop the link. You guys can go watch it. December 5th to 7th. Yeah, so we're going to have some cultural activities and dinner parties, and it's going to be absolutely, absolutely, absolutely epic. I cannot wait for Fiji. And we're going to allocate a full day on the money model, and believe me, it's worth it. You're going to learn a lot. The whole Hormozy book that feels so overwhelming, in one day you can absolutely learn it and master it. And we also going to bring some speakers too, so the speakers will be announced soon. I actually have a call with Ty Lopez tomorrow to see if we can bring him over and see what happens. If we could bring him over, that would be absolutely amazing. And then Morgan Nelson, if anyone's in the inner circle of the Morgan Nelson, his mastermind going to be right after us. So you guys can hang around a couple of days after, so you can mingle with that community as well. Me and Morgan probably going to organize a joint dinner at some point with some of the high ticket clients or something. So we will share all of that details very soon. One more thing about Fiji. It's a very nice family friendly resort. Me and my husband and the family stayed there before. They have a kids club that open until 8 p.m. The kids club is so amazing. They take the kids to the swimming, to the ocean, to the crab racing, turtle racing, and my kids are absolutely love that resort. So if you guys have a family, just use it as an excuse. Bring your family, stay there for a week, and then you do business and you do family. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring my family. Tatsana gonna bring her family, and with kids, and our kids can hang around in the kids club. And if you have the kids under 3 years old, you can get nanny. Nanny is, guys, $5 an hour, Fijian dollar. I'm like, oh my gosh, how cheap it is. I could live there. And we were shocked when we found out how cheap the nanny is. So that's amazing. Okay, that's it. I guess with the Fiji, guys, just book your accommodation because the resort is very busy at that time, especially the 2 masterminds happening. Try to book your room, at least your room. You can then do the flight a bit later.
Mark says Fiji nannies are amazing. I love that.
I know, and they love the white kids so much. Literally, the nanny was just like giving juicy kisses to my son, and the funny thing is that like they don't even ask you for permission, and if I can kiss your kid, and it's so juicy, and they just love it so much. I'm like, oh my God, I love this culture. It's just so good.
Amazing. So on this happy note, I think we are ready to wrap up today. Thank you everyone who joined today. It's so amazing to see your wins, guys. So I'm excited for the wins of September. Are you guys excited? We would love to see what the wins are going to be in this month.
Yeah, Alex, Shannon, and who was the? Oh my gosh, I forgot. Thiago. Maybe we see you next month again. You can win that, huh? That could be a goal for next month.
Yes, and if you haven't participated in the AIpreneurs games yet, this is your chance. Go all in, sign a few clients, make some money, share with us your wins, and hopefully you will become the winner of September.
No, hopefully you will.
You will. I love that. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you in the community.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone. See ya.